Hey everybody. So, after I did the blood test, I have to wait 2 weeks, um, and then I get the results. So, in the meantime, I figured I would just talk about my whole journey and how everything and how I found out about the lung cancer and everything that led up to it. So, um, remember if you're new here, to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you hit the notification bell if you'd like to see more content from obviously me and Kaden, but she's the one who wanted to start this channel, and look who's the one doing all the videos. Okay, I know, such a busy child she is. Anyways, so I was sick. It was, I think, like March of 2016, March or April 2016, somewhere around there. And so I decided I was going to go to the doctor to get checked to make sure that I wasn't, I didn't have bronchitis or pneumonia or anything, because I had to take a trip out to North Carolina to get some furniture from my aunt's place because she had passed away, and my dad, had wanted some of the furniture that was there. So, went to the doctor. They did she said, you probably just have bronchitis. And I'm like, okay. She's like, well, we're going to, do a x-ray on it just to rule out pneumonia. And I was like, okay, sounds good. So, I was on medication, and then I get a call that she says, well, I want you to, and maybe it was later, maybe it was more like May, might have been May, because I think we left in June, something like that. So then came back from the trip, and while I was away during the trip, I got the call that she said, well, we want you to, we would like you to come in and get a CT scan, because, we see something, we see a nodule, and we just want to make sure, she's like, I think everything's fine. We just want to rule it out and make sure that, everything is good. Like, okay, didn't think anything of it. Went in, did the CT scan, and then she ended up calling me like a couple days later, and she's like, you know what? I think everything's fine again. And I just want to do a PET CT scan to make sure that there's nothing else in there. And I'm just not ever really thinking about anything else. So when I did the PET CT scan, now let me tell you, I am claustrophobic. So doing the PET CT scan, doing the CT scan, doing any of these kind of, tests, kind of freak you out. Okay, so did the PET CT scan, which is completely and utterly scary for me. Got through it. They got the results. A couple days later, I get a call. Let's do a biopsy. We're not sure really if there's anything to it, but we're gonna rule this out again. I'm like, okay. So, biopsy. Just the word alone scares you to death. So, I have to go in, have to, watch them take this long needle and, insert it, which it was right underneath. So, to let you know, it was my left lung. They said that I had 2 nodules in the top left lung, the upper left lung, and I had 1 nodule in the lower left lung. So we go in, do this biopsy. I'm watching them, with this long needle, scary. And then, I was in there, they did that. Then I had to wait for an hour in the recovery to make sure that my lung didn't collapse. Got that done. Thank God. Then I got to go home. Then I get a call. I don't know. I think had to have been I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days later, I get a call. Okay, I think that I'm going to send you to this other doctor and we're going to, get this checked out. I'm like, okay. Didn't think about the name of the doctor because, I don't have any idea of what's going on here. So, um, get this, make this call to this doctor, and, um, it's an oncologist. Well, maybe I guess I did know what it was, an oncologist. So, um, I was married at the time and asked my husband, or he asked me if I wanted him to come with. It shouldn't have even been a question. Should have just been, yeah, I'll go with you to see what's going on in case you get any bad news. So, needless to say, I went to this doctor's office, to this doctor's appointment by myself, nobody else. Walk in, and the doctor just then tells me, okay, I just want to let you know that you have lung cancer. I started crying because, I'm here by myself, no support, no nothing. And just hearing the word cancer completely scared me to death. So, he's like, I'm gonna set you up with a surgeon, and we'll go from there. Okay. Now this nodule was like about an inch. It definitely was something that I had a hard time breathing. So anyways, after I took about a week to get through this and, try and understand what was going on, I called the surgeon's office. We set up an appointment, went in, talked to him. Again, at least this time, I had support with me. My dad had gone with me. And he goes through it all and he says, I think the best way to get rid of this is to just do surgery. Now, I did forget to tell you that the first questions that I asked the oncologist after he told me that I had cancer was, am I going to have to do radiation or chemo? He said no. So I was thankful for that. Didn't have to do that. Didn't have to worry about losing my hair. Didn't have to worry about all the side effects from all that, which was, a great thing. So then, the surgeon's like, well, I think the best choice here is just to take out your lung, do surgery, take out your lung, and then I think you'll be fine. Okay, let's take out your lung. Huh. So, yeah, taking out my lung. Okay. Does that mean I'm going to have a harder time breathing? Does that mean that I'm going to have oxygen? Does that mean, carry oxygen with me? All these questions went through my mind. So we set up surgery date, which was, September. So this all started like May or June, I think. I don't know. I don't remember the month, but it was 2015, the beginning of 2015. So it had to have been like, June to the end of September when all of this was going on. So needless to say, I got into surgery, got prepped for surgery. This was like September 11th or something, September 10th or 9th or something. So I go in there, they get me ready for surgery, trying to take blood and all that stuff. So my surgery was supposed to be around noon, I think. Yeah. Well, when I woke up, it was like nighttime. I remember it being dark. I think it was like, 7:30 or something. And I guess what had happened, I'd found out that some emergency had come in, so I ended up having to wait, and they kept me under anesthesia the whole time because some person had come in with an aneurysm, so they had to take care of that person. So it ended up being, my surgery ended up going later. So anyways, I was in the hospital about a week. Let me tell you, that is the worst pain that I've ever had to deal with. Having kids and having C-sections, that's actually, walk in the park compared to this lung surgery thing. So, I have an incision, I have 2 chest tubes, having a hard time breathing, I had to have oxygen, all this stuff. So it was definitely painful, and it was rough. But, in the end, it all came out well while I was in there, because you have to have a heart monitor and all that stuff. So this is kind of funny, but not really funny. So I guess because my batteries on the heart monitor, decided to stop. I hear this on the the PA system. I hear that they need somebody in a room and blah blah blah, and all of a sudden, I'm sitting here talking to my visitors that had come visiting, and I have like all these nurses in my room, and they're giving me this look like, okay, I guess you're okay. I guess there's nothing wrong with you. And I was like, why are you guys in my room? And they're like, you didn't hear that over the PA system? I'm like, no. Oh, well, they said that you flatlined. I was like, oh, okay, well, apparently I didn't, because I'm sitting here on the bed chit-chatting, and I'm good. And they're like, okay, we just need to fix your heart monitor. I'm like, okay. So they fixed it. I was supposed to leave, go home like on a Thursday, and so they came in. No, I was supposed to go home on Friday. So they came in, I went in on Monday, I was supposed to come home on a Friday. I believe it was a Friday. Yeah, Friday. Thursday or Friday. So they came in, took, that afternoon, they took out the chest tubes, and I had to, just kind of hang out at home, and hang out in the hospital, and, the next morning, see how I did overnight. Well, went down, got an x-ray, because every day I had to get an x-ray to make sure that my lungs were okay and that they weren't building up with fluid and everything was going okay. So the next morning I go to take my x-ray, and as soon as I got back up to my room, I had to get taken right back down because my lung had collapsed overnight, and I had to stay in the hospital. So they ended up having to put another chest tube in. So that was kind of scary watching them do that. And of course I was crying like a baby because, I didn't want to stay. I wanted to go home. So got all that. And then, everything turned out that I got to go home on a Sunday, I believe. So I was in there for like a week, and, everything's been good so far. I have to go to the oncologist every 6 months. I have to get blood work done, make sure that, there's no other, I don't know what they check in your blood for, but everything looks good so far. And so in a couple weeks, I'll find out the results again, which should be perfectly fine. But I'll let you guys know about that. And, the only thing that I have that's hard for me is sometimes it's hard for me to get that deep breath. So, when you guys are breathing, and you're out running or whatever, it's, for me, I get winded easy. It's my upper left lung that they took out. And when I realized that that's like your biggest lung, I didn't realize that then. I realize it now. Sometimes I still can't lay flat. I have to lay at an angle, like sometimes when I sleep. So, you learn to deal with what comes your way. But I'm very, very grateful that I didn't have to go through chemo or radiation. I'm grateful that I'm still here and I can still enjoy my life and still enjoy my grandkids and still enjoy my family and my friends. It's definitely been challenging, but I'm dealing with it, I think, as good as I can. And you just gotta be positive and have that positive mindset, and I think you'll be okay. So just to end it all, You know, I'm glad that I'm good. I'm glad that I'm still here. I'm glad that I'm still breathing. Glad that I can still, for the most part, do anything and everything that I did before. I just get winded really easy. And, I used to run. I can't run so much as as much as I did before. It's definitely challenging, but I'm good. I'm here. I'm good. I'm still positive. I still love life. I still enjoy life. I still have fun. I still do whatever I can possibly do. And more so, it just gives me more of a better mind to just make life fun and to deal with what comes your way. So I will leave you with that, and to just remember that things could always be worse, but remember that somebody always has it worse than you, and enjoy life. Really enjoy life. Um, and enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, enjoy the time that you have, and be positive. Always be that half full kind of person. Um, I can't say enough about that. I'm so remember to hit the like button, to hit the subscribe button, and make sure you hit the notification bell if you would like to see more from me and Kaden. And I will see you again. Thanks for watching.